Hey guys, welcome back. V1, V2 Gear Up Simulations here, and today, welcome back to part 2 of our Turkish Airlines 1840 flight from Venice. Gosh, I can't speak again. Venice to Istanbul. Istanbul. Is it? Man, I'm going crazy. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. Istanbul. Okay. Anyway. Well, at least now you know exactly where we're going. But welcome to part 2. We've done the pre-flight and before start checklist, and we've loaded everyone up. Doors are locked and armed, and we're getting ready to get out of here. So before we get out of here, well, that's kind of redundant. We're going to do a few more things. So I'm going to turn all the VORs on and the EFIS. And we're going to set the altimeter, which if we look at active sky, is currently 2974. So you can slap that in here, 2974. What I learned this recently is that this is actually by putting the altimeter in, it tells the aircraft how high up it is, the altitude, by the ground pressure, and then the higher you up, the higher you go up, the less pressure there is. And so it'll basically tell you that, you know, because it's higher up and there's less pressure, it'll tell you how high it is. So I thought that was very cool. I didn't know that, and now I do. So we'll do a few more things. We need to turn on the data here, or traffic and data, and we'll turn traffic and data on here too. And once we get out of here, we'll turn on the weather. But because for some reason the weather has kind of it doesn't have a good effect on the people working around the aircraft, so we'll wait to turn that on before we get out of here. Alright, so now we can call GSX up and tell them we need to get out of here. So we'll prepare for pushback. Move our tail to the right, and we'll start engines as we push back. Alright, let's just real quick. I set the TCAS to 4,000, even though it's because we're not running with traffic control. It's still good to have it on. And we'll set it to standby. Alright, we'll get ready for pushback. Alright, so as we prepare for engine start, we can do a few things. We can pressurize the wings. Okay. And we can turn on all of the fuel pumps. Okay. And also, as we push back, because it does still takes a lot of power, you have to turn off the air conditioning as well. Alright. And then we'll turn that on in a little bit. Now, what do we say? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Turkish 1840. We are glad to serve you as we travel from Venice to Istanbul. Today's flight should be about a 2-hour flight, and we're expecting cruising altitudes at flight level, or at 37,000 feet. And we do have some weather and hopefully not too much turbulence out of here, but there may be a little. And going into Istanbul, we will know a little bit better conditions when we get there. So once we get to our cruise, we will talk a little bit more about weather in Istanbul. But anyway, I want to thank you for choosing Turkish Airways. We know you have lots of choices in who you travel with, and we want to thank you for choosing us. We hope to see you again. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight, and I'll talk to you more when we get to our cruise. Okay, so they've locked the gear. We're all ready to go. We can push back. The first thing we are going to do, is we will release our parking brake, and that'll get us ready to go. Alright, so the first thing we want to do is bring up the engines page here, and we can turn on this. Actually, I want to do a cross speed first, so this should go back over here. We turn this to ground, so we turn the right engine to ground, and you can see this is going to start to rise, the N2, which is the fan in the back. Now when that gets to about 20%, we're going to add in fuel. So we got oil pressure, gets to 20%, add in fuel. Look outside, it's spooling up very nicely. And there we go. Engine all up and running. So starter cut out, and now it is running on its own. So we'll do that for number 1. That'll start up. And once that gets to 20%, we will do the same thing we did before. So there we go. And add in fuel. There we go. You have to admit though, it looks pretty unrealistic how the ground does. That's okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, set our parking brake. And then we'll finish the pushback. Start it up. And that looks pretty good. Alright, so now the starter cutouts have turned to, not cut out, we can turn these into continuous. And we can also make sure the power is coming from the engines. And now that it is, we can turn off the APU and turn off the APU bleed. Wrong one. Which basically is where all the hot air comes that heats the cabin. So now we can turn back on the air conditioning. And we can turn on that pilot heat that we could before. Okay. And after that, you're almost done with the overhead. That's really the hard part. It's done. Alright. So next thing we want to do is we want to set the flaps. So we'll set them to 5. I actually have a button on my yoke to do this, but I'm just in here. And I also would suggest if you you get a flight yoke. I have a CH Products flight yokes and rudder. And they work very well. I also had a Logitech Extreme 3D Pro, which was about $40, and it's a joystick, and it works really well. But yeah, I personally prefer the yoke, but really, if you're not willing to pay that much money for it, which I totally understand, a joystick is also perfectly fine. Airbus uses joysticks as well, so that's what I use when I fly them. But as for Boeing aircraft, they use the yoke, so anyway, I'll shut up. That talk. Alright, so we're taking off runway, I forget, departing 04 right. Okay, so we'll be taking the second runway there. Go back to the legs page. And we can also turn on TCAS, which some airports allow you to require you have it on during taxi. Some don't. I turn it on because I do. And other than that, that is good. So we'll begin our taxi, and I'll explain just a little bit of the departure route, or how we're going to depart, because it happens pretty fast. So we taxi up there. So what we'll do is we'll get close-ups. Just for one thing, we'll turn on the taxi lights, which is the runway turn on lights too. Alright, so when we get up close to the runway, we'll stop, we'll turn on all of our lights, we'll turn on the auto throttle, and then we will I will also turn on our, sorry, gotta switch something out. Alright, we'll also we'll turn on the auto throttle, and we'll increase the N1 here to 40%. Then we'll turn on the toga, or the takeoff go-around. Basically, that's going to set our takeoff thrust, which our N1 limit for us, that we put in the computer earlier. So that's kind of helpful. But, so as we're getting ready to take off, we can turn on our window wipers. Though it doesn't really make a difference in the simulator, but in real life it does. .04 left. Check the approach. Okay. Just checking both approaches, so if we cross the runway, it'll be okay. And also, be sure to ask any questions. You can email me at v1v2gearup@gmail.com, or you can post a comment, and I will do my very best to answer that in a very timely manner. Sometimes it's hard, but I will do my very best. Right. I'm actually going to turn on runway 4 left and taxi up here. Okay. Alright, so we've got the throttles. And we're coming up here to a stop. Set the parking brake real quick. We are in no hurry to get out of here. Alright, so I'm going to turn on the landing lights. And I'm also going to bring the windshield wipers to full. Alright, because when we take off, alright, things get in our way. Alright. My range down a little bit so I can fly the aircraft manually. You can turn on the weather display, both sides. I'll just wait for that to spool up. This is a little storm out here, so I'm also going to put on weather and turbulence, because that'll just help a little bit. Okay, and we turn on the auto throttle. And other than that, we are ready to go. Temperature's been set, landing lights are on. Right hand seat, take your seats. And we are ready to go. So let's get out of here. Grab one up. Second on the runway. And we will be out of here. Taking off right into a big clump of rain. Fun. Alright, increase to 40%. Stable at 40. And 1 to 2 toga. Set. 8 knots cross-checked.
V1.
Rotate. air, positive rate, gear can come up. There we are. Awesome. Bring the trim back. Alright, we're in the air. Deceleration height. Decelerate the aircraft. That was, if I weren't the only one in the aircraft, I would continue flying this manually, but because I need to do some other stuff. Alright, so we can go flaps 1, flaps 2. Flaps 2. You can see right here, flaps are coming back. Oh boy. The frames aren't the best, I want to apologize for that. Flaps 2, flaps 1, sorry. Flap 0. They're all stable. I'm just going to keep the windshield wipers on just in case, just until we get out of here. Oh, never mind, actually they're annoying. Turn them off. Alright, they are off. I have takeoff checklists. We can turn these to regular instead of regular instead of continuous. Should have started the clock, but I have a habit of forgetting. So, whatever. Alright, so we get a radar, we will speed up. There's a altitude constraint, but it's okay. So also an altitude constraint at rotar, under 9,000, we'll be under 9,000. Not worried. And bring out the display just a tad. And that's really it. We can take the auto brakes and disarm them and bring down. If you didn't understand that, I can go through another one, and go back through this video and talk a little bit more about this. Alright, so after you get to a certain altitude or transition altitude, we have to turn this to standard. So that's 2992, or I guess over here in HPAs, which is this. Yeah. Okay, so yeah. And that's really it for right now. Once we get to 10,000 feet, we'll start turning off lights. Actually, right now we can turn off our fixed lights. Oh, I mean our retractables. Fixed need to stay on. Definitely get some turbulence. We're going fast enough to where the water won't matter, or the rain won't matter on our windshield, so that's good. Okay. Alright. Well, I'm actually going to turn some light on because it is getting kind of dark. Turn on that. Turn on some panel lights down here. You can also turn on some panel lights up here. Past 10,000 feet, so we can turn our fixed landing lights off. Runaway turn-offs and taxi lights can also go off. And, oops, I forgot to do that. Alright, strobe lights need to come on before you take off. That's why checklists are good. Everything else except for the anti-collision light can stay, go off. So we got strobe lights on, and we got everything. My apologies there. Alright. And really, that's it. And until you land, you get to enjoy yourself. So I got a nice 2-hour flight where I can enjoy myself and do some stuff. Of course, you can always speed it up if you are impatient, but I'm going to enjoy it and just let the plane take itself. So Anyway, I'll keep it on I'll keep the video going for a little while longer. So you see we have quite a bit of crosswind. But, yeah, I can show you some, this video, or some of the different views, so here we go. Okay. Well, since that is done, nice wing for to get above the cloud base. I will endure the rest of this flight. So that's finished. Once we get to closer to our top descent, I will bring it back real quick. So you can see our fuel in our center tank is almost out. So we'll turn that off in just a sec. But yeah, so this is the point where I just like don't really know what to do. But if you're enjoying the well, the weather, it's by Accusim Next, which is a very nice add-on. I don't have Rex for soft clouds, which is probably my next investment. But my latest one was the Everest Crew, which I'll do a video on that too, because that is loads of fun to fly with. But anyway, so almost above. Climbing slowly but surely. Enjoy going through the clouds. I love this view. Yeah, these clouds look awful. All pixelated and stuff. And also the frames are real beautiful too, because just kidding, they're awful. Get about, as you can see up here, you see the frame rate. Before I started the recording software, I was getting about 20, so I'm getting about 9 or 10 right now. So, you know, pains recording, but whatever. There we go. All right, guys. Well, I want to thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Well, video number 2, part 2 of our flight from Venice to Istanbul. Get ready for a nice 2-hour flight, which will put me somewhere at night. So anyway, I'll see you guys. Before we do this, I'm going to turn off my center fuel, which you'll see they'll turn off in just a sec. We're getting some better frames now too. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just going to settle in, get ready, enjoy 2 hours of flying in the air. Anyway, I'll see you guys just a second there. So thanks for watching part 2, and I will see you in part 3, which will be our descent, landing, and deboarding. So next video will probably be the longest one, but no matter. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you soon.